Hello everyone, I'm High Treason, and yeah, moving vlog. Damn. I'm sorry if I keep prodding my eye, I apologise in advance, but there's been like a cyst on it since July. I've done well at hiding it while like playing with lighting, but it is there and it's irritating. There's nothing to worry about, so yeah. Yeah. Before I start this one, I'll get this out of the way, because somebody's bound to be wondering somewhere, computer videos. Well, at this particular moment, I don't actually know exactly where I am with everything, so I don't want to start working on one, because usually it takes, you know, a bit of time to put one together. Usually the bulk of work is done in one day, but then there's like days afterwards where I realise there's things I've forgotten to shoot, or I've shot something wrong, or shit like that, and so I don't really want to start with something until I know time frames for one thing or another. It will become apparent as this video goes along, but yeah, if you're wondering, well, I'll be doing one as soon as I know I can, basically, and I'll reveal, yeah, I'd like to do something with a little laptop I've got. Well, it's not a little laptop, it's an old laptop. It's about 1987. I've had it a while, and you will see the same model, but not quite like the one I have. It's mostly cosmetic differences, but it's still quite interesting, and it's a grade of system I've never owned. Also, I've tried to, at this moment, I'm trying to get my hands on something. There's something I never really thought I'd get, so I never bothered to look, and today, two of them popped up, but I've missed one. The other one I don't know about, but I've contacted the guy who's getting rid of it. And yeah, if I can get hold of it, then that would be fantastic. I would very much like to get my hands on this piece of equipment, and I won't be having it shipped to this address if I do, just in case I'm not here. Also, I did manage to get my hands on something. I wanted a grey top FDiv Pentium socket 4. Oh, I now have one. So yeah. Wasn't even expensive, really, all things considered. It wasn't like eBay prices, so yeah, that was good. So yeah, we do have other stuff to mess with. That little Pentium probably never get a video, and I'll probably test it out with my board and be like, yeah, it runs exactly the same as the other one. But I wanted a grey top one. It wasn't particularly costly, so I'm like, well, I'll grab that. I got a Pentium 90 as well, which has also got the FDiv bug, which I'll just put in my little failover Pentium 75 and select it by just flipping the bus speed if I want to go back down. It's the same multiplier. Pentium 90 is 60 MHz, 75 is 50 MHz. They both multiplied the clock by 1.5, so it's very easy to select between the two on just a Pentium 90. In fact, as the jumper's only like open or short for that particular function on that board, you can just wire up to a switch on the back of the case and just flick it. I've done that for CMOS reset and stuff on some machines, and Hooker has a bus speed select between 33 and 40 on the back panel. My Pentium Overdrive does as well. It's what the turbo button does, because turbo doesn't really work on Pentium Overdrives very well, if at all. So yeah, computer stuff is happening, and there'll be a video on it when I can do one. I'd like to be working on one now, but that's just not an option at this time, and I would really like to be uploading one of those instead of this. So yeah, if you're getting frustrated with me for not uploading shit, hey, you're probably not as pissed about it as I am, because it's what I like doing, and that's the only reason I do it. I like doing it. So yeah, you know, just bear that in mind. Anyway, I'll get this shit out of the way. Rendering quality is not going to be great, but it's good enough. Here we go. Spider is up to no good, and it's got eggs. No! Damn it. Well, that's not a problem. Yeah, it's council workmanship. Check there. It's all like that dodgy, white, rubbery sealer stuff. Let me just run the wood to the end, you fucking hacks. And I'm trying to figure out how to dismantle this, because otherwise I don't know where to put my bike. And I'm coming closer just using that, because it's probably faster. Check it out, it's not even like proper stuff, it's just reused, like I said, from what they took out before. Oh, we got web, so hey, maybe we'll break tradition, find something alive in here. I doubt it. Fuck's sake. Every fucking time. Now they hold the shelf up. The wax up wasn't screwed. Well, it was at some point, but the screws weren't actually doing anything. And they're all different lengths. And somebody tried to rip this thing off at some point. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's dreadful. I'm impressed by this level of shoddiness. It is rarely observed. Hey, check it out. There's like only one screw holding the legs in. Great job, council. Fuck's sake. Yeah, you know, that on my floor the whole time, which I knew would be under there. It doesn't matter.
Well, I would have thought it had been.
What?
I would have thought it had all been right, but.
Nah, it's not like where I am now. It wouldn't matter anyway, I mean, it's all coming up anyhow. It's not actually.
Oh, yeah.
It's not glued anyhow. Hey, check it out, that kickboard is only hardboard with a bit of wood nailed to the back of it. Well, it's like glued to the back of it. And it whiffs funny over here as well. Yeah, this shit. Look at that, if they'd left these original tiles in, it would have been fine. I would have had this mess. Yeah, the wall's been replastered at some point. But whatever. The valves are open, and if all has gone to plan, we should be losing water. Yeah. Hold on. Better to toss it down the drain, hadn't we? But once that's gone, the heating system is nibble. Well, unless there's something wrong with it, in which case it will just fill up again. But I doubt it. It makes my life better. I would say I've cleared that up. That should buy me a bit more room in here. I'll get rid of the pipes at a later time. I could leave them there so I put it back, but I might as well just flog the radiator to the scrap iron guy. And my cabinets are gone, so that should. I've got just enough room to put my pipes here. Not certain what I'm going to do with the fridge yet. I might have to demolish more worktops, but hopefully not. Without carpet, I only need enough for a microwave and a hot plate, and that's generally good enough. And I'm going to do one thing before I leave. Because this place is drinking so much electricity. Man, is it drinking electricity? I'm going to turn off the whole fucking system and see if it still uses power. Because now there should be no electricity to anything in this house except that box. It's all isolated. So it keeps using power. I'll call the electric board because somebody else must be using it. I just realised that door doesn't actually shut. What a fucking write-off. You probably want to hear shit what I'm saying. I was going to do an update today, but I've just impromptu realised I've still got this in my pocket. Well, look what I've got to live next door to. Now, someone will probably yell at me for standing here. But yeah, the reason I had this in my pocket is I went down my new house. I think I'm technically trespassing. And there's a fucking gas leak, so I can't get on my work there now. Yeah, someone will probably yell at me. There's a fence there, so I can't walk past that. Because then they'll come after me. But there's no fence here, so I can walk here. It's fine. But on the other end, I'm not technically on public property here, so... Oh shit, somebody's broke in that one. But that is a rotten fucking shit. You're going to tell me these places are garbage? Really? Is it what you're moving me into? And this is my, you can't walk any further line. Wow, shit, that one's up. Any squatters? Let's not find out. miserable. It's windy. And I'm fucking on the road. And I suppose, in case the audio didn't come out clear on that, because it is windy as fuck out there. But yeah, that's what I'm going to live now. And it's fucking disgraceful. That should not be allowed to happen. Because some fuckhead who doesn't live here probably thinks it's a great idea. Oh, we'll make it all modern and we'll fucking build everything out of crappy materials because they're new, so they must be better. It's a disgrace. If I was those people, I'd refuse to do it on principle. So yeah, I'll be making hand gestures at them every time I walk fucking past. Bunch of dicks. And like I say, whoever passed that probably doesn't even live here, probably doesn't live in this city, you know. No, probably, you know, move a bunch of people in and fucking, yeah. I'm sick to death of it. No, and I'm fucking struggling with that new house, because I've measured every room in that place, every which fucking way. The living room isn't even big enough to put my fucking computer desk in. I could put it lengthways, but then it's not as wide as my keyboard stand, or like my stereo won't fit, and I won't have enough room for my chair because the fireplace is in the way. I can't take the fireplace out. I'm not allowed to do that. You know, I've already broken enough rules as it is, but I'm like, if I take much more out, I'm not going to be able to afford this when I leave, because I have to pay for anything I change. You know, anything I remove or alter, I get a bill for it if when I leave the place. And I plan on leaving the place. I plan on sitting on it for a year. I mean, like, yeah, fuck you, I want an exchange, I don't like your house. But, because personally I think that the way they've done this with people who have no choice to move, from what I can gather, that they select houses, like somebody high up somewhere selects houses out the ones that come available. And I think what they're doing is they're taking the houses that nobody wants. Because from what I can gather, the people who were there before me weren't there that long. It looks like, you know, they never decorated or really bothered to do anything, it looks like. So my bet is it's a house nobody's wanted. They're like, well, he don't have a choice, you know, they don't have any choice. We can give them all the shit houses nobody wants, and we don't got to fork out on them. And, you know, because we go, oh, that's what your disturbance money is for. It's nothing to do with us. And they drag their arse anyway. And that's what I think they're doing there. So it's like, yeah, well, fuck you. You know, I can't say no to this shit because you'll just fucking force me to move somewhere. And they're going to kick me out of this house soon, but, I mean, that's their fault. They need to hurry up and fix the locks and shit. If you want a free house, go and walk around there, because the door probably isn't fucking locked. I don't know, because the intruder hasn't been back since I caught them, but that's not the point. You know, it's a bad fucking joke. Oh, treason here in the new fucking place, it's crap, whatever. Let's just get on with it. But yeah, I've just taken some of the skirting board off because I'm trying to do something. And that side's not too bad. You know, we've obviously got inches upon inches of silicone there, because that's everything here is made out of that. And on this side, we have a really big hole that's full of like wood lice and shit. It's quite damp in there, which doesn't surprise me. You know, when your wallpaper's all bubbling off all over the place, it's what you expect to find. So yeah, that's not great, but whatever. Holy shit, I've never seen a living spider in here. And of course he's getting in the way of our construction project. That's a lace weaver. Cool. It looks a bit groggy though. Look, he's alright. Yeah, you hide there, because I've been messing about with this bit here. Piece of ancient history. I don't need electricity. Electricity's for fucking noobs. Can I drill a hole into it? I'll drill a fucking hole into it. So I found the trick is to lean your shoulder or something onto the top of it there. It works. I've hit something I'm not familiar with, it's like clay. I think you can sort of see where this is going. These doors here. So hopefully those won't be a thing for much longer. So this is the problem, I can't take them out, and I can't put anything permanent here. I suppose you could argue this is a permanent structure, but if it's not, I can easily take it back out. I'll just keep the skirting board behind it, so when I remove it, I can just put that back on. Oh, there's no one else it on, that's all they used to put it there, so. But yeah, I've got to fix that to the top. Got to put a piece that goes across. I was half tempted to actually cut a piece out here, but because I can only buy wood in metric, I'm really terrible at working with it. I never got the hang of doing metric shit. I'll walk out, because otherwise, the fuck was that? Who the fuck's knocking? Yeah, again now.
Can you tell me you want a room like this for you, Paul?
Yeah, it would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? If
yeah, would be, yeah.
I got some of this size. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it'll be landed with, at best, similar to what I got already.
Nice.
Oh well. Well, here's one for you. I spent ages building this damn thing, and now it's come out. So, yeah, it's not finished. So what do you think I'm going to do? Well, I'm going to finish the damn thing, and then I'm going to destroy it. It's one of my horrible flaws. Once I start something, I must finish. So this structure is going to be completed only to then be completely dismantled. And it was a lot of fucking cost of materials and shit. God, it sucks. Well, it's as done as it's ever been. I'm going to take it to bits now. Sucks! Well, these pipes used to run off to the radiator downstairs, and I disconnected them. Now I'm going to connect them again. I'm just filming this, that yeah, I'll put this piece of shit back in, and hopefully I've not fucking introduced some leaks, but we'll find out shortly enough. Because I can go and see what happens if I refill the system. But this cupboard's a horrible design, because you might notice when the valve we've got all these electrics and those are live, so that's all that likes then. So yeah, then not flip that up. There's a pipe to fill it, so let's go. I can't do this in one go, and I have to keep my eye on this gauge here. And target would be about 1 to 1.5 bar, so I'm going to probably just go low on this. I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time, so I have to put the camera down, but I haven't actually seen it done like that before in practicality. I haven't heard of it, but I've never actually worked on a system that employs a non-return valve like that. Instead of just having a little manual valve. It's quite interesting. Now let's hope the person who filled it didn't think they would be jerker and leave that switched on when I take that cap off. Oh, the gauge is moving. You can hear water everywhere. Ooh, that sounds bad. Yeah, one of these leaks. And there's only one way to know which one. Well, that's tight now, so then that won't leak. There's no water here at the moment. So it may be good to go, I don't know. I just want to draw water to this one, so just let all the air out. I thought we were taking a shit then. I was like, shut the fucking door. Let's see. I think it might be dry. Ah, fuck, there's water in here, isn't there? These are different legs. And it's pointing up, it's just... Fuck! Look, I can't run it properly, there's no gas. Whoops. Why does that keep happening to me? Radiators are like women, they can't help squirting when I've been messing with them.
Dude.
Yeah?
The electrics, the water.
Yeah, I know, look at my hand in the mess. I'm like,
It's like...
What, down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's alright, it'll be fine. None of that works anyway.
So the light's getting fading. Walking further away from this. I'm not involving myself in this because if it goes wrong.
Actually, I can't see an earth tag on these pipes.
You know that electricity's been trying.
Yeah, it can. It can arc over from stuff, but I don't think there's enough potential in here to really do that.
What's the voltage?
230.
Alright, that's okay.
Could be 250. But it's not really a lot in the grand scheme. There is enough power there to kill me.
Current though, isn't it?
Well, you need both. Right. Next job. Reconstruct the kitchen cabinets, I think. But for now, I'm going to call it quits for the day. So I'm going to put my tools and shit away. And yeah, go over the day on this job. Drip isn't going on, so it must have just been vapour from the bleeder. There's no water coming from anywhere that I can see. So if it is a leak, it's slow and should be repairable. Next figure out what I did with the damn keys. You're not antagonising the neighbours, are you? I don't really give a shit. I don't want to be looked at. God damn it. You'd install curtains, wouldn't you? So if they don't want to be looked at, you'd think they'd install curtains, wouldn't you? Yeah, they're lighting shit out here.
You right with Paul?
I'll go back with Jordan, I guess. Okay. Huh. Well, that's a dilemma. I wonder what that could mean. Surprise, surprise, I'm up to no good in the airing cupboard again. So I'll tilt it this way instead, as best as I can. Well, it's not going to be great, but yeah. So I've been a bit ill. I've had good old, I don't know what that's about, good old influenza. You can always rely on that to mess up your week. Indeed it does. But, you know, get that shit out the way and carry on. I've just dropped my tape. Wonderful. That's just what I wanted to do. Because I guarantee you it is pretty shitty stuff to work with, really. I don't really know what it's made out of. It's like a weird rubbery consistency. It's pretty good stuff though. Like, you got. That's another advantage to the compression fittings I used, is if they leak, you can actually just bung a load of it in there and the leak goes away. But it's not really a very professional way to mend things. Yeah, maybe that thing should be. Some idiot flips the valve by accident. Well, I ain't gonna be the one answering to it. Yeah, so, well, I haven't actually been able to film in here in a while. Mostly because I was ill, but I found out I have lost some footage while I was editing this. I'm just gonna put this out as one big vlog. But yeah, I finished messing with the heating system. That's all back as it was now. Pretty much. There are some differences, but they're not really noticeable. We are holding pressure just fine, it seems, which can only be a good thing. I found out why that wasn't working. I just knocked a switch somewhere and that made it not work. And I wanted to check that out. So it's fixed that. Is that like old 20 looking whatever it is? Who knows? This thing's making odd noises, I don't know what that's about. I think this cupboard isn't the most sound thing for bearing more weight. I'm on with that with a full tank of water, not that bad. It's probably full of water. I have not been back up there. It's someplace I have no desire to go. There's no light bulb in there. I have really, yeah, in here. There's a fucking cat down there. We ought to go out there and kill it. I've got some trash to chuck out. I've put the floor back. I've put the skirting board back. Yeah, I'm going to go and kill that cat. Fucking thing. But everything's busted. I don't think I've ever been out here with this. Well, there's me fucking back garden on this, but oh shit, there's plants in here. Fuck, what are those little purple things? Stomp them! Nettles, those are better. Make tea. Yeah, that's busted, that's busted. It's busted the other end. That's busted. So I don't think anything this place actually does what, I can only see. I can never get used to that. So, that's it on. Don't know if it'll ever open again now. They are cold houses. It'd be even colder if that shit was taken out. Well, I don't know actually by now. No, I don't think they could probably be slightly better. The thing with wall insulation is once it gets water in it, it acts as the complete opposite. It acts as a heat exchanger. It just transfers all the heat out to the outside wall. The fuck? No, that's not mine. Oh, how negligent of me. It's locked. Yeah. That probably isn't good. And the stairs cupboards. Anybody get the idea that this particular vlog has just gone off the rails some time ago? Is it? I don't. That fucking cat's back. It's warm in here. Having said that, there's another house. Ah, there we go. Well, we found out what to do. I think it's cool. Just sit in here. Yeah, I could like set my Pentium up there, and then I'll be warm. What the fuck happened there? That window's like that, but I don't understand why that one's frosted. It doesn't make sense. I'll have to come back tomorrow and clean up the trash, which is going to be a pain in the arse. I forgot I had so much shit I had to pick up and everything. Fucking wrote the wrong number on the pin. And now I can reveal why it's gone off the rails and why I was earlier very, very careless when I stepped out the door and left it in shop. Because I'll be that little punk ass bitch who likes to start shit, thinking, well, now I'm going to send him anthrax and shit. Yeah, that's broke, it doesn't. Well, no, you won't. So by all means mail it to this address, because it won't be my problem. It will be somebody else's problem now. Because now, officially, I don't have to set foot in there ever again. I'm going to, because I had to clean that trash up, but yeah, otherwise, that's it. I'm done here. No shit, no jerk. I'm not even kidding. So yeah, we thought it would be like stepping out of the old house. No, stepping out of the new one first. Who would have fucking thunk it? And I don't give a shit, it's good. But it's great because they tried to land me with another one 2 streets away, so of course it's the same shit. It's an idea they've given up on in less than a 24-hour span of time. But it's still quite moronic of them, really. Yeah, and these tools are heavy. I don't care, like. That pipe there, I had it out of that hole. And, like, I put it back in, but I didn't push it back down before. So it's been like that. And I just kicked it back down there, and loads of water ran out. Well, that split there goes to a pipe that's just open for where the washing machine is. So if I do that, it's going to really stink in there. We'll leave it like that, so whoever gets the place is going to have a real problem with smells in the kitchen. Yes, what did he charge? I've just charged this thing, and this camera, man, the battery's going to hell on it. The whole thing is really. And yeah, so that's that. Some of the news has come to light since. You don't know how tempting. I've got the camera on top of my synthesizer. I just haven't the urge to start playing my synthesizer while I'm like recording this. I don't think that'll go down well, so I will resist the temptation. But yeah, I have learnt a couple of things since the events in this video, which is some people who I don't know, but they live near enough that I've run into them about it, have now gotten a house, so yeah, they'll be moving into it, so that implies that my notice has been acknowledged, because I haven't heard shit. And yeah, the thing with this is obviously I don't know where I stand. I don't know how long it's going to be before they give me somewhere else, and then how long I'm going to have to drag all my stuff out of this place. And because they really did want to kick me out of here already, so I don't think they're going to give me much time once I do sign for something else. But the thing with that house that, you know, I've just given back, all that shit they refused to repair for me, all of that shit, they're going to do it before those other people have to move in. I was expected to move in anyway, and then it was like, well, we may repair it to start with, and it was like, oh no, we're not repairing anything, that's your responsibility, you pay for that. You know, but it's fine, you know, it's good enough for me, but it ain't fucking good enough for anyone else. You know, fuck the fact I pay more rent than anyone on my block. I pay full council tax. Why? I don't get it. It's bullshit. When I go to look at another house, I'm not going to let them rush me around like they did the other one. I'll probably even try and take the camera with me. I don't know whether they will let me use it, but it's worth a try. But yeah, and I'll be taking my borescope. I'll be, you know, basically fucking riving things around and kicking shit to make sure everything's in order, and if anything's broken, I'm going to make them hand it to me in black and fucking white. That is going to all be repaired before I have to move in. And the rent, I also want a copy, because they fucking lied to me about how much it costs. The rent's just gone up for this place again. I'm probably still paying more than either of the neighbours, which is bullshit, because their house is attached to mine. Literally one brick away is my next door neighbour, and they pay a bit less rent than I do. My house can't be that much better than theirs. I mean, yeah, I'm flattered. You think my house is obviously worth more for some reason, given that they're just a mirror image. I don't get that. But apparently this is not the case. My house is worth more than theirs or some shit. I don't know. So yeah, next time I'm going to be like, okay, so you tell me the rent's this much. Give me a copy of this piece of paper that I'm signing that says how much it costs. You know, you're not doing that to me again. You know, oh, it's only 70 odd quid, and then charging me £10 more than that. And you've been doing it on this property anyway. You know, actually what they told me when I moved in here, it was only about 67 quid, I think, when I first moved in here. It was dirt cheap. And yeah, it was like, oh, this, and it was that much, and just slowly went up, which is part of the agreement. It just does that for everybody. So that's fair play. I have no, obviously I don't like it, but it's fair enough. You know, when it goes up, for me, it goes up for everybody else in the whole city, at least, but probably the whole country, I think. I'm not quite sure how that works. So that's fair. But yeah, somewhere they've increased it excessively by a few quid. And in the other place, they just outright lied to me and then added like nigh on 10 quid to what they told me it was going to cost. I wouldn't have been able to afford it anyway. You know, it's bullshit. I won't be letting them fuck me around like that again, because I was quite offended by that, I've got to be honest. I don't think they will, because it has caused a stir, and I have a feeling it might have nearly lost somebody their job, which sucks ass, because I don't really think the guy is a bad guy. He's just doing his job, basically. You know, if it is council policy to operate that way, then you can't really go against it, but you know, it causes shit, and you know, what do? You throw the problem away, you know, so yeah, it's still there, and hopefully I haven't caused too much crap for him, because like I said, I don't really hold him responsible that much. I think he is just doing what he's told to do, but yeah, it's bollocks. I don't think they'll try fucking me around that bad again. I don't expect the place to be perfect, but I expect it to be at least on par with this. If you're telling me the house I'm in now is no good, and you want to knock it down, then don't give me somewhere worse and tell me that, you know, oh, you move here, it's all going to be great. Well, no. You give me somewhere worse that costs more, and I didn't ask to move. You know, if I'd gone, hey, I want to move, then I'd probably have been a bit more accepting of the problems. You know, I'd have been like, well, this is my fault. You know, I've chosen to move from my nice house to anywhere else. You know, you can't ask for that much. I mean, I don't have particularly high standards, you know, but as I've been told to move and I don't have a choice, then it's like, well, this should be on my terms, because really you're inconveniencing me in this, and I don't think that's unreasonable of me. And I understand it's first world problems and shit, but that's unfortunate. If I don't like something, I'm going to complain about it, and I do think there are reasonable things to expect from the first world when I lived there. So, you know, I can't concentrate on other people's fucking problems. I've got my own. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm going to be a bit more of a dick about it next time to try and get shit to go along a lot better. And it's probably going to make a lot of people unhappy who, you know, are part of the council and shit. But well, that's tough shit. You know, if you didn't want that crap, then you shouldn't have signed up for it. You know, if you decided to demolish my neighbourhood and force me to move, well, there's going to be consequences to that. Is that, you know, you're going to have to do a decent job of that. You can't just land me with the fucking base fucking shit that you've got in a really crappy neighbourhood like that. I'm not going to be impressed. And those people who are moving in, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to end up rather unimpressed, even though they're getting everything fixed before they move. It gives them blue flashes, so it's horrible. It happens a lot. I think it's because it's dry. But yeah, they're getting everything fixed, but yeah, it's still not a great place to live. They're probably going to get their shit stolen. I mean, I had light bulbs stolen, for fuck's sake. Yeah, you know, these things aren't exactly expensive. They're like about 65 pence or something from a fucking pound shop. So yeah, they could get away with charging £1 for them, because pretty much everything in there is, no, they're happy, 65 pence for still making a profit somehow. And yeah, I had some of these stolen from me. Came in, there's no fucking bulb where I had a bulb. What the fuck? So yeah, I don't really know what the fuck's going on there, but yeah, shit, I'm gonna seriously put my foot down this time. Like I said, like, no, this is bust, I want it fixed. The rent will be as much as you tell me it is. You know, you're not going to bullshit me on that. No, I want everything in writing. And as soon as you do something that voids that writing, I'll go to the newspaper or something. I'll cause as much of a scene as I can if it comes to that. But honestly, I don't think it will. And I really hope it doesn't, because I could do without hassle. So that's where we are at the moment, and like I say, that causes a lot of shit, because I don't really want to start working on a lengthy project only to have to stop halfway, and if I have to film things, you know, at more than one location, it's going to be a pain in the arse unpacking shit specifically for it. It's be a mess, it's going to make it harder to edit together, and it just isn't a good thing. So until I know how much time I've got left, I can't do it. And if I don't have a lot of time, it'll have to wait until I'm on the other side of the move, which is going to be really fucking annoying, because really, genuinely, this is what I want to do, is to mess with this stuff, to make videos about it. It's one of my favourite fucking things in the world, and right now I definitely want to do it, because I've just gone over all that stressful shit doing a whole load of crap I really didn't want to do. I didn't want to have to fuck around with kitchen cabinets and that, and I had to take them out because I'm going to be living here, I need somewhere to put my bike. I got to put them back, only so the council can take them out for the next fucking tenants, even though they would have billed me for it anyway if I hadn't put them back, even though I hadn't I hadn't left yet, so they'd obviously already been in, and so they'd already planned to take them out. It's like, oh, God, what a stupid thing. So we get past all that crap, and this is what I really want to be doing now, because I want to do something that I want to fucking do. So yeah, it's quite annoying, and like I say, I assure you, you are not going to be as pissed about it as I am, but that's the way shit is. I'm sure we'll get past it. While I'm here, I managed to get my hands on this quite a while ago, and I'll show you it now. This is a Kingston SX now, and they're for some IBM 286 systems, and they basically let you install a 386 SX and a Core processor. Whether they work in other 286s, there's not really any documentation on them. Unfortunately, I mismeasured the space on mine by a couple of millimetres, and yeah, it doesn't fit. So I'll see if I can fit in anything else I've got that runs on a 286, because it takes a standard chip, the system it uses, so the pinout's the same, so the worst that's going to happen, it doesn't boot. But I always did think about buying an old IBM PS2, and, well, I guess now I know which model to buy, and as I didn't plan on keeping it, then, yeah, if this doesn't work with anything else, and I do end up buying a PS2 down the line, it won't be for a long, long time, not until that Xeon's done, definitely, but, yeah, if it ever comes to it, well, I wouldn't plan on keeping it, so this would probably make it a lot easier to get rid of again. And that was quite cheap as well. I really didn't pay a lot for it, all things considered. It certainly would have been more had it have been on eBay, let's put it that way. And there was some other cool stuff around, but it wasn't stuff I had an interest in. I don't really go, I'm going to earn it because it's cool, and then never use it. I'd rather get things that I plan on having a use for, and then use it to death until it just doesn't work anymore, and then fix it and go through it all again. But anyway, this is a very long video, and I don't see any reason to make it longer. You now know where I am. Oh man, I've got trash down here. It's like crisp packer. I'll pick that up. But yeah, that's this update. Hopefully I have something more interesting, but don't be surprised if we do end up just uploading another one of these vlogs next. I'll try not to. As soon as I know how much time I've got, I'll try and figure out if I've got time to get something done. But if I'm not enjoying it, then I'm not going to do it. If I have to rush, then it's not happening. But I have some ideas. I'll start chucking ideas around now, and then with any luck I'll be ready if I've got time. But if it's like, hey, you've signed, now you've got 3 days to get out or something, then obviously it's not going to happen. And it sucks, because like I say, it could be ages before I hear something, but I don't do it, because once I hear something, it could literally be a short time frame like that, and it's a pain in the arse. It really is. But yeah, at least I'm rid of that place now, and hopefully I can get something better. I'm looking on the bright side. People say I'm negative. So yeah, last thing I'm going to give to you today is, I get called negative more than I should do, and I don't believe I'm negative, and maybe I am, because obviously my interpretation of me is a lot different to everybody else's, most likely, but I don't think it's too far removed from reality, and I'm aware I'm an asshole, and I can be loud and shit like that, but my personality does have some serious flaws, but so does everybody's. But I don't think being negative is one of my things. Say, oh, it's fucking raining. Oh, stop being so negative. It's not negative, it is raining. Okay, I'll tell you it's really bright and sunny outside, but then I'm lying, which is far worse. I'm not being negative, I'm telling you like it is. It's fucking chucking it down out there. It's horrible. How is that being negative? It's either half full or it's half empty, and that tells you, well, no, actually, the half full, half empty one, I have another way to argue back. And I've pissed people off with this one. It's like, well, the glass is half empty with you. It's like, well, actually, that depends on how the glass, the state the glass was in to start with. If the glass was empty and I filled it halfway, then it's half full, because it's in the middle of being filled, so it is half full. If the glass was full and I started to drink the water or whatever it might contain, lager, orange juice, whatever the fuck you want in there, piss, I really don't care if that's what floats your boat, go ahead, and then drink half of it, then it's half empty, because we're in the process, the glass has been emptied that far. So it's not been negative, it's just explaining things the way they are in proper English. So bear that in mind. I'm High Treason, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again as soon as possible.